Hey VV Nation, I'm Glenn.
And I'm Ryan. We've got a special event coming next month, May 1st. We're finally hitting the road. Now, we will be hosting some live streams. Tell them a little bit about the live streams we'll be doing.
We're going to have the Stock Analysis Power Hour. Ryan will host that. Bring your stocks. Let Ryan break them down for you. I'll also do a live stream called Trending Thursday. That's where we go through, look at what's going on in the market, what's going on in the news, and we analyze stocks. We also have a live presentation for those people who will be attending live as well. What's that, Ryan?
Now, we do have the presentation titled Unlocking the Secrets of Financial Success. Now, to register for free and get the details, just go to vectorvest.com/roadshow.
Good afternoon, VV Nation, and welcome to Midday Market Action. As you can see, currently, I am not sitting in my office. I am sitting at the training center due to the fact that we have a special guest. We'll get to that in a second. If you can hear me loud and clear on the chat, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that we are coming across loud and clear. Interesting weekend, long weekend, tough weekend for me, but it is what it is. So, with that being said, I'm going to allow and wait for the alert to hit. Looks like the alert did hit. As you can see, as I'm going to go into our news real quick. This is the big week, folks. This is it. Thursday, we have our road show here in Charlotte, North Carolina. A lot of people have signed up already. We only have a couple of seats left for the VIP, which is going to be an exclusive, excellent opportunity to get to meet Ryan and I, talk a little bit more. And we got something special. Again, I'll get to that in a second. But go to the link, www.vectorvest.com/roadshow. If you haven't already done it, by all means, please do. Thank you very much, Mark. I appreciate that. All right, so talking about my guest for today. My guest today is going to be Christina Clark. She is a sommelier, all right, and it's going to be part of the VIP section of a wine, an awesome exclusive wine experience, one of the best wines in Napa Valley. She will be here to conduct that wine experience. Folks, when I say that this VIP experience is top-notch, exclusive, and off the charts going to be awesome, I ain't whistling Dixie. So I'm going to bring on Christina. Christina, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Hi.
I appreciate it. I've known Christina a long time, and she's a great individual, always a bubbly individual, but watching her go through her career so far to get to where she is and represent such a great company, Jarvis Wines, I'm going to give it to you. Talk a little bit about Jarvis.
Well, thank you for the kind words, Glenn. You're so sweet. It is an honor to be sitting here with you. I love what you all do here at VectorVest. I think you guys provide a very valuable resource to your consumers, as we do at Jarvis. And so this event is designed to bring together finance and fine wine.
I like that idea.
Yes, and really to give your folks an opportunity that want to participate in this event to do something that is going to teach them a little bit about the market from you and Ryan, but also relax a little bit and maybe even learn something about wine. So for those of you who are not familiar, Jarvis Estate is a beautiful, beautiful place right in the heart of Napa Valley. This is an estate-owned property that was purchased by Mr. and Mrs. Jarvis back in the late 80s, and really what they did was just set out to share their passion for fine wine with the world, and they have been doing that now for 30 years. We're actually celebrating our 30th anniversary of the winery being opened. And as you can see, it's a fully enclosed cave. So Jarvis was actually the first fully subterranean winery in the world. And even though Mr. Jarvis built this cave as an opportunity to showcase an engineering feat at the time, every element of the cave actually contributes to the winemaking process.
Awesome.
So I don't want to give away all the details. There's a lot to share about this very storied property, these iconic wines. This is really a winery that has had quite the mark on Napa Valley, but your folks that participate in the event with us this week are going to get the opportunity to actually taste through these wines. And this is an opportunity that normally only happens if you are either a visitor to the cave at Jarvis, which is actually by appointment only. So it's not the easiest to get there, but we do make some visitations available. Or if you're a Jarvis Wine Club member. And other than that, the only other time that you have the opportunity to taste Jarvis outside of the cave is when Jarvis partners up with great folks like yourselves and brings them to you. So that's what I get to do on Thursday is share these wines.
And as I mentioned, I told you, we pulled out all of the stops for this VIP event, folks. All right, so Prakash says at Glenn, VectorVest is marketing this product. No, we are partnering up for the VIP experience on the roadshow. That's what this is. Now, every time if we go on the road all over, will that happen all the time with Jarvis? The answer to that is no. But this is a partnership for the roadshow. We want to give an exclusive wine experience with the roadshow as we start to kick this off. I told you, the VIP session of the roadshow is just supposed to be a memorable part. All right, so the cave is brilliant due to the fires that happen often in California.
Oh,
so,
yes. Who's that? Janice. Yes, indeed. The cave has many purposes, one of which is a little bit of fire prevention. Although in 2017, the cave itself could not prevent a fire from happening at the winery, and there was a breach. And we can actually talk about that on Thursday when we're all together, because that was a pretty interesting time for the Jarvis family. So.
All right, Marvin, go to the website, www.jarviswines.com. Check out where they distribute to.
I like this comment from Tabula. She says that you are the one that only gets these nice opportunities and not Ryan. Why is that, Glenn?
It's because this is my live stream.
I'm new to this.
Okay, that's why. It's my live stream. Ryan and I have a live stream on Wednesday that we do together.
Yes.
All right, so there you
And
go.
Ryan probably will get a sip of some wine on Thursday, yes? I was going to share it with Ryan and Glenn. I was going to share it with anybody who's going to come to the VIP experience.
Taboo is always starting trouble. I'm about to stick you in timeout. All right. With that, thank you very much for your time.
You are welcome.
I appreciate
It was a pleasure. Come join us on Thursday. It really is going to be an awesome experience. These guys know what they're talking about. You follow them on YouTube. The wine is just an added bonus, and we'll get to talk about some wine. And again, fine wine and finance.
There you go.
Doesn't get better than that, right?
All right.
All right.
So with
Cheers.
that, again, thank you.
I'm leaving you.
You're going to sit here for a second, and
Okay.
Joey will let you know. Joey will let you know. All right, so the road show again. This is the first time we're doing it, number one. It's going to be probably the prelude. Hopefully, if this does well, we'll start traveling all over the United States, be able to bring the road show close to you. So it's all about supporting it here first before we can start to move around the United States. This is going to be an excellent event. For those of you who've already signed up, thank you for doing so. For those of you who haven't signed up, please, we invite you to do so. All right, it's going to be a lot of fun, number one, and the VIP experience is going to be top-notch, folks. All right, top-notch. So with that being said, let's get back to what's going on in the market because it's important. We're coming into a brand new week of what's going on in the market. The market has been moving up, and is it sustainable? I got my Monday night video tonight is going to be talking about our tech stocks that have been beaten up so much. Are they ready to move? Watch tonight's 6 p.m. video. I'm going to do it both for the U.S. and for Canada, like I try to do. I haven't for the past couple of weeks for Canada. Sorry about that. But I am going to look at my top stock picks for the week for both U.S. and Canada, and for the United States. It's going to be tech stocks. Are they ready to rock and roll? Are they ready to rock and roll? We're going to take a look. And then I'm also going to try to take a look at the tech stocks in Canada to see if there's opportunities there. I'm glad the wine stayed here with us. I got this wine sitting right here. This looks like some good. She said it was like $300 a bottle. $300 a bottle. So we got $1,200. We got $1,200 worth of wine right here. I might have to bust something open. This is Merlot. This is Cabernet. And this is Cabernet Sauvignon. I'm thinking I might have to take this Merlot, crack this open. Yeah. How many of y'all want to see me drink some wine on live stream? Type of one in the room. All right. So interesting in regards to what's going on in the market. A lot of yellow in the color guard. We got some green coming up in the color guard as well. All right. A lot of green coming. Some. Is this market push up sustainable? We're going to take a look at that. I am thinking that the stocks that have been beaten up the most, are we getting closer to a bottom fishing? You know, coming off of the low, the market never really shot up. Never really a big blast off day, except for 4.9. We had that big historical up day in the market, but still wasn't enough to really trigger for me to start buying long because we pulled back a little bit, had a level of resistance. Finally starting to break through that level of resistance, but a lot of yellow in the color guard right now. What does that mean? Still means to be cautious. Why? Because we got to trade the chart, not our hearts. Here's the market timing graph, and as you can see, I'm looking to see, look at that. Today, even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. 5 days, if I'm counting right, I can't tell. 4 days. 4 days, the market is sitting at this solid level of resistance and hasn't been able to break through. Trade the chart, not your heart. We are still in an uptrend. Trade the trend line. For those of you who are long in the market, I'm not mad at you, but what is the market giving you for the last 4 days? Not a lot. Not a lot. All right? So with that being said, be careful. The yellow in the color guard backs up the notion of being careful. I'm looking at the MTI, the underlying trend of the market, cast on a scale between 0 and 2. I have to take my glasses off. My sight has been getting blurry. That's not a good sign, especially if you've got diabetes. I'm working on getting another pair of glasses to be adjusted. But it's hard for me to read the screen right now. So, yeah, that's it. Did you lose weight, Glenn, man? I lost a lot of weight. I've gone from 270 down to 195. 270 to 195. Tom says all the indexes are going down right now. Going back to the home page, you're right. You're right. They are all going down right now. But Tom, now I'm still looking at what's going on in the market. Even with us moving down, we're still right at a level of resistance. I really need to see us get above that level. I'd really like to see our MTI, the underlying trend of the market, get above 1 as well. Looking at the two things, trade the chart, not your heart. So the news is coming out closer to a China deal. A lot of that news popping up. I think it's giving some people some bullish euphoria into the market, but it ain't true until it shows me it's true. Till the market shows me that it's true. That's a lot of hard work, Glenn. Good for you. Wine is very, very bad for diabetic people. If you drink one glass, you're fine. You know, 1 glass is fine. Now, you can't drink a whole bottle. But I might drink a whole bottle. I don't know. Come sample the wines in Temecula Valley, around 50 wineries. I've been to Temecula. I'm a fan of California. I'm a fan. You know, we got a lot of wineries here in North Carolina as well. From Mooresville, we don't live far from about 4 different wineries in California. All right. So with that being said, I'm just watching what's going on. All right. And I'm just, let the market come to you. Let the market come to you. That's the big thing right now. But I am liking the possible move on tech stocks, which is why you need to tune in to see if tech stocks are really ready to rock and roll in the 6 p.m. video tonight. All right. Now, from the market timing graph, we're going to go into the news that's moving the market. I'm going to switch over to the news. And let's get to the first story. Dow clings to gain. Now, this was earlier today. All right, this was earlier today. Tech drags the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ down as tariffs worry investors await busy week in earnings. That's going to be another, in regards to tech stocks, a few good tech stocks are really reporting this week, and that could put some emphasis on how well or not well the tech stocks do. I'm going to cover all of that in tonight's 6 p.m. video. All right, go to the next story. Now, I don't know how true this is. Now, this is from Investopedia. Trump tariffs revenue is rolling in. The story says that we picked up more revenue. Tariff revenue spiked in April Trump's Liberation Day, the government collected $15.9 billion in tariff revenue in April so far, compared to $9.6 billion in all of March. I'm going to have to do a deeper dive into that because, again, news is going to tell you what the news is going to tell you. I want to really see, can anybody back up this story? This is just one story, that tariff money is starting to come in. Remember, we do have a 10% tariff across the board, all right? The other side of it is, do we bump up to all of the other tariff levels that the president laid out? Tariffs from who? Tariffs from the people that's gotta pay to get their stuff here, all right? The tariffs were partly devised to raise money to fund the government, but economists warn, and this is the other side of it, but economists warn they could also push up the cost of living. All right, so there's two sides to the tariffs, and I think that in the background you hear all of the stories of all of the deals being worked on in the background. Right now, to me, all right, and I'm going to be honest, right now to me it's lip service. Until somebody starts to report that a deal has been done, it's just talk. Just like all of the money that people have said that they're going to pay or build into the United States, all of this money, again, that's just lip service. Until we start to see some of that money coming in, you know, I saw today that IBM said that they were going to give $150 billion over 5 years. You know, all of these investments into the United States seem to be over 5 years. Listen, I want some money now. I'm like J.G. Wentworth. I want my money right now. All right, Glenn, we pay tariffs, regressive tax. Listen, again, I'm going to look into this story. I'm going to look deeper into the story, but it was a story. I want to see if we are really starting to pick up money on tariffs. We'll see. All right, next story. Gold. How many of you still holding gold? All right, type of 1 in the room. How many of you are still holding gold? Type of money in the room. Economics 101. Tariffs, regressive tax. Listen, I'm thinking that, in my personal opinion, a tariff ain't a tax if you ain't paying for it. If you don't want to pay the tariffs on some of this stuff, then maybe you go to alternative ways to get your stuff. That's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents when it comes down to tariffs. All right? Everybody says it's a tax. I think on a lot of different things it may be, but you know something? It doesn't have to be a tax if you don't choose to pay it. All right? It doesn't have to be a tax if you don't choose to pay it. Now, how about this? I do understand that a lot of the stuff that is being tariffed, we have no control over, or we have to buy those things. So we'll see. All right. So I noticed that a lot of people still holding gold. Gold stays off the record highs as markets anticipate good news on the U.S.-China tariff talks. All right. Why were people going to gold? Because it was flying to some means of safety. So when the tariff talks were all hot and heavy and gold took off. Gold took off. A lot of people made a lot of money in gold. The reason why I'm asking if you're still holding gold, got to check and find out to yourself, why are you still holding it? Is there still a need and a reason for people to flee to gold? And if the answer is no, you may want to take the profits on some of those gold stocks that you've made money on. The last thing I want to see happen is that you give it all back. Don't do that. All right? Don't do that. All right? So gold is coming off of its highs right now. A lot of money has been made. A lot of money has been made. The last thing I want you to do is to give it all back. All right, next story. Next story, Bitcoin. Man, as much as you know I don't like Bitcoin, Bitcoin's making news. How about new record high of $120,000 in quarter two? And listen, we got a couple of other ETFs in the system that we can now track. We have a Solana ETF and we have an XRP ETF. You guys have been asking for XRP. We have an ETF now that we can track. We're going to talk a little bit about that. This implies 25% from the rise of current levels. The cryptocurrency is then expected to hit 200,000 by the end of 2025, up 65% from quarter two target. That's a lot of money that can be made. Now, as long as it's above 100,000, I'm going to call it crypto. When it goes back below 100,000, I will call it crypto. What's up, ABB? All right. Right now, I'm going to call it crypto, stoking the firm's bullish view. The U.S. Treasury term premium, which has a strong relationship with Bitcoin, is standing at a 12-year high. And the current administration is looking at a Bitcoin reserve. A lot of people, a lot of states are starting to put some money into retirement as far as retirement into Bitcoin. Listen, if it can make some money, it can make some money. We're going to keep our eyes on it. Next story. Plug, man. How many of you all saw the Plug big move today, up about 40%? Plug Power surges on preliminary revenue results and signs a $525 million secured credit facility. Plug reported $191 in revenues in November and lowered its guidance. There it is, lowered its guidance for fiscal year 2025 revenues from 700 to 800 from the previous outlook of 825 to 925. It also signed an agreement for a secured debt facility, Yorkville Advisors providing for issuance of up to $525 million of secured debentures. Debentures? There we go. The company plans to use $82 million of it from initial tranche to retire the majority of its existing convertible debenture principal outstanding in Yorkville. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, and the stock is responding to a positive way. Glenn doesn't like Bitcoin. I just said I'm not a fan of it. I'd rather have gold than Bitcoin. That's, Spotify is on my list today. John. Right. It's not a tax if it creates a job you depend on. Listen, when it comes down to tariffs, you want to know more off screen how I feel about tariffs? Come to the VIP. The VIP is going to be lit. For those of you who don't mean that what lit means, it's going to be great. All right. For those of you who know what lit means, it's going to be lit. All right. We only got a couple of seats left for the VIP. It's only good for 10 people. We only got a couple seats left. So if, you want to know what me and Ryan talk about when we're not on live stream, this is a great place to do that. Plug major level 1.17. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at that on the graph in a second. So big news on Plug. What else is going on? Boyd, another stock that I don't like because I'm not a big fan of Chinese stocks, but if they give me an opportunity to make money, I'm going to do it. Boyd, there it is. Ooh, come on, get that off of there. How did that happen? All right. Boyd doubles quarterly profit as EV sales soar. Update. BYDDF is a stock that I've been keeping my eyes on. They're pretty much displacing Tesla as the number one EV manufacturer. I think that Elon leaving, getting out of Doge or pulling back from Doge is going to bode well for Tesla. But Boyd, man, is taking the bull by the horns and has really done the darn thing. Yeah, but Plug was almost a $5 stock a year ago. Keith, so could it be back on the rise? We'll see. All right, could this be an opportunity for Plug to take off once again? We'll see. I'm so excited about being at the VIP event. Carol, we're excited to have you. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so continued to outpace Tesla in the first quarter, reporting a doubling, not just beating, but a doubling in net profit on robust growth in its electric vehicle business. Now, people are going, especially over into European countries. Boyd is pushing their cars there. They're cheap. And that's the main reason. I mean, they could put out an EV for about $11,000. But then I went and I looked at their site. They've got a lot of variations of cars that look really good. The car that's for $11,000 is probably like, I couldn't fit in it. It's a little itty bitty teeny car. I ain't fitting in that. I don't want to fit in that. But they do have an array of really good looking EVs in their inventory. But a lot of those cars are based on the same levels of other EV cars. So the big push, it's like a bait and switch. Hey, we're Boyd. We can give you a car for $11,000. You go there and be like, I don't want that car. Oh, well, we got a better car here, and it's about $50,000. It's the same kind of thing. All right, it is the same kind of thing. So I do like what I saw in their inventory, but the whole big thing for Boyd was pushing that they had one of the cheapest all-electric cars out there. And then they talked about how to be able to charge that car in about 5 minutes, the same amount of time it would take to pump gas into your car. These are the things that are pushing Boyd higher and higher and higher. And Kevin is right. Those Boyd cars, the $11,000 cars, are pretty much glorified golf carts. All right, let's go to the next story as soon as I find my mouse. Sigh. Where is it? There it is. All right, next story. I don't want to do that. Let's close that out. Another Investopedia. This event could be the next catalyst for Intel stock. Now, I've said on way more than one occasion that Intel should have been able to eat everybody's lunch. Why? Because they were the biggest name for semiconductors out there until NVIDIA comes along, Taiwan Semi, AMD. They ate Intel's lunch. Intel has been around forever. Now, new pickup of CEO Lip-Bu Tan, who presided over the chipmaker's quarterly results Thursday for the first time as CEO, will on Tuesday give a keynote address in an event associated with Intel's foundry business, which makes chips for other companies. Bank of America analysts on Friday said that the event could be paired with the announcement of partnerships with other big tech firms. You know what else is out there? Is that the company could be at a point of being sold. This year suggested Intel might look to sell a stake in Foundry to TSMC. I think Intel has seen the writing on the wall. They know that they've been a name that's been around, that other companies probably would hook up with them just on their coattails of being Intel. But I don't know why it took them this long to do that. One of the things that I've said a while ago is that the problem with Intel was the upper management. Well, I think that they addressed that by getting a new CEO. Now we need to see what this CEO feels the right direction is for Intel before Intel comes back to be a major player in the semiconductor space. They are not as major as they should be for as long as they've been in business. All right, so I'm thinking that they're trying to make good on trying to be what they needed to be. John says, Mark Norton, but you ordered a new set of Glenn Giza sheets. What the flying flip is a Giza? What is that? With the discount. What is a Giza sheet? I don't even know what that is. Sigh. I have not seen MYPL commercial in a long time. Oh, My Pillow? I haven't seen My Pillow. Yeah, he got quiet. I don't know what happened, but he did get quiet. I don't know what happened. All right, so interesting on Intel. Is Intel looking to get back into the race from a semiconductor space? Remember talking about space. Remember the TV show, The Great Space Coaster? Oh, for the Great Space Coaster, get on board. Type of one if you remember that. That just goes to show my age. All right, that just goes to show my age. How many of you all remember the Great Space Coaster? That had to been in the 70s. Had to been in the 70s. But I wonder if it was only in New York as well. The Great Space Coaster. That was not. Mark says not old enough. Now, a lot of y'all said no. I don't know if it was just a New York thing or if it's an old people thing. For the ones that are typing one, you might be as old as me. All right. Next, let's get to the next story. You know I like to throw in some random stuff. I do it all the time. All right. Apple, look at this. I started saying this last week that the U.S. was trying to make plans to not have to succumb to China's dominance in a lot of different things. They were going to move a lot of their business into India. Apple plans to move U.S.-bound iPhone assembly to India from China. I'm telling you to keep your eyes on this because I think that U.S. is trying to make a lot more deals with India so that we can move our dependence off of China. All right? Keep your eyes on more companies doing what Apple is doing. All right? Keep your eyes on this. And then when you start to see it, I want you to come back and go, dang, Uncle Glenn, you were ahead of the curve on that. I don't know if I'm ahead of the curve or not, but I do see the stories that the U.S. is trying to pull a lot of business out of China and into India. And we determined that India had more people than China. India got more people than China. Remember we just did that? Man. All right, so I have never been in love with Apple. I like Google, but not in love with Google. Team Android here. Ew. I need to take a swig of wine talking about Team Android. Ew. You're, huh?
Open that thing up.
I should open that thing. Can I open this up? You're gonna get me in trouble if I. Yeah, I know, Joe. I got a cork opener on my.
They're on the counter.
Where?
Isn't there?
Oh, we got. I'm thinking. This is about $300 bottle of wine though. I ain't paid for it neither. Yeah, this is Merlot, Napa Valley. Ooh, they made this in 2019. Yeah, I'm thinking about I should open it up. Keith says, have a sip for me. I should have a sip for all of you. I said, one for Mark Norton, one for Keith McCartney. I'm not drinking one for Taboola, though, but I'll drink one for Jazz, one for JD. Yeah, I can finish off a bottle. Woo-wee! The move of production to India will affect Apple's sales in China. You know something? Do we get to a point, it's hard for me to say this, do we get to a point where we say, screw China? We'll just sell everywhere else? That's a hard thing to say. That's a hard pill to swallow. China consumes a lot of stuff. I think we consume more. But China is a big consumer. I don't think you can ever say, screw China. But you know something? If we can sell more in India, they got more people in India. If we can sell more to India, can we get to a point where we can say screw China? I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. I bet Glenn swigged straight from the bottle. Well, listen, ain't nobody here. Joe, you want to swig?
Let's get it.
All right, so maybe I'll put it in a glass if it's me and Joey here.
Brown bag.
Are we going to brown bag it? That's so ghetto. That's so ghetto. We're going to brown bag. Why do you have to go ghetto? I wasn't trying to go ghetto. Talk about brown bagging it. You walking down the street. Yeah, Joey. Woo-wee. All right, last story. We got major earnings coming out this week. Domino's reported this morning, but I'm looking at the tech stocks reporting this week. Got SoFi, you got Meta, you got Microsoft, you got Robinhood, Qualcomm. This is all after the bell on Wednesday. Amazon, Apple, all after the bell on Thursday. A lot of tech stocks. Spotify, that's going to be early tomorrow morning. We got a lot of tech stocks reporting this week. All right. John says type 1 for brown bagging. That's too ghetto. I'm not doing that. Glenn, did you say China? Listen, I can't believe Joey actually brought up brown bagging. He's cracking up back here. I'm just telling you. He's cracking up back here. We got companies like Eli Lilly, Pfizer. We're all over the place on big earnings coming out this week. McDonald's, Reddit, Airbnb, Internet of Things, ExxonMobil, got some oil stocks in here too. Chevron, Wendy's goes along with McDonald's, ADP, Cadence, a lot of stocks. So I think it's going to see whether or not it bodes well for tech stocks to move. I think that, I don't know what I think. I'd have to look at them. I'd have to look at some of these on my earnings graph to get a better picture. But I think the big thing is going to be guidance. Guidance is going to be big. Are these companies still with the uncertainty of the tariffs? Will they guide lower? A lot of companies, Nucor is up here too, a lot of companies are already putting into place that lower guidance due to things costing more due to tariffs. So I'm really at a crossroad when it talks about earnings this week on these companies. They've been beaten up. At some point in time, you got to say how much is enough. All right? These stocks can't go down forever. AI is not going away. AI investment in infrastructure is not going away. All right? So how low can these go? How low can you go? I don't know. All right? So I'm just keeping all that in mind. When I come down to VectorVest, we will brown bag and have a few outside in the parking lot. Your neighbors will call the cops if they see a Patriots hat. Are you coming, John, to Charlotte? Oh, gosh. You guys are going to get me in trouble. Look at me. I'm going to get in trouble more than all of y'all. I'm just saying. Look at me. I'm not trying to pull no police to me. I'm just saying, so I'm not brown bagging it. Joey can. I'm not trying to. Yeah. Be coming over to me and saying, excuse me, sir, why are you brown bagging it? I'll be like, we're all out here brown bagging it. You talking to me? So, all right, let's get back into the software and let's go see where we're going. Again, I'm still, look at this solid line of resistance in the market. Take a pic of Glenn with all the wine next to him. Joey might do that after the live stream. I think that'd be a good pick. Right here, I think that might be a good pick. All right, with the live stream showing the wines that I'm telling you, this is, hey, if we only got a couple of seats left for the VIP, you better take it. All right, swing your chair 180 and slam it. You mean do this? Like this? Yeah. I can only do that on the live stream. How about that? Am I good, Joey, where I'm supposed to be? Yeah. All right. I can only do that on the live stream. All right. With that being said, let's go to my viewers. Let's go to my viewers for today. All right. Let's go to the indices first. Where do we stand? Markets may be down today. All right. All of the indices are down. The VIX is down. We're still above 20. We still have higher level of volatility in the market. Markets being down. The only thing that's down the most is the Qs. Interesting, right? Down over 1%. Everything else, is down just a little bit. All right? Interesting that the Qs are down as much as they are, but I'm going to do a video on the tech stocks if they're ready to move. All right? On the tech stocks if they're ready to move. So that's what I'm looking at. We're going to see. Who's these people walking by the door? Dang it. That was like look a squirrel. That was that people walk by the window. I'm like, who are these people? All right, so as I look at the Qs still in an uptrend, look at the Spider still in an uptrend, look at the Dow still in an uptrend. The IWM, people are pulling back off, 0.95 on RT, and the VectorVest Composite still not showing me as a market overall in an uptrend as well. It's good to see the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ, the major indexes in an uptrend, but when we look at the overall market, still not in an uptrend yet. It's not going to help Glenn focus any better on the screen, I know. All right, let's go look at the stocks that made the news. All right, these are the stocks that made the news stories that we were looking at, starting with this Boyd. Boyd's down today, look at that. Fundamentally sound, as much as I may not like Chinese stocks, Boyd, fundamentally sound, very nicely fundamentally sound with RV and RS above 1, in an uptrend with a VST above 1. Remember I talked to you about crypto and I said we got now 2 ETFs. A lot of people are asking about XRP and Solana. We've got ETFs in here now. I'm going to bring up all 4 of my crypto stocks that I've got in the list. And I want to take a look at them on the graph. All right. Look at that. Is this on intraday? No, it is end of day. So there's on Solana, a little bit of pullback, even though crypto's on the rise. All right, that's looking at the 3, the 8, and the 20. Let's go change the graph layout to VV Star Search. No. Holy crap. There it is. I think that's it. VV Graph YT. This is our stock, the generic VectorVest graph, but I added value and I added volume. All right. A little bit of a pullback from a level of resistance. Now this is crypto. All right. All you people that are hot and heavy on crypto like Ryan, that's on Solana. That's on XXRP. We just started tracking. How many of you are happy that you can now trade some semblance of XRP in the software, type of 1? How many of you are happy that now we've got some way to trade XRP in the VectorVest system? It's an ETF. It's a 2-time long on XRP. It's brandy new. Ryan made sure that we got it in. It's not going to help. It's under 100K. What are you talking about, Ross? Are you talking? Is crypto under? Let's go find out real quick. You know I can't track crypto, but I can. Let's go to research. Where's my coin market cap? Joey, help me find my coin market cap. Is that it right there? Joey's no help. Sorry, what's it at right now? It is at 93. It is below. So I can call it Crapto again. Right now, I can still call it Crapto. It's under 100,000. But look at the last 7 days. Nice move on Crapto over the last 7 days. Where's XRP? Nice move with Solana. So now we can track Bitcoin, we can track XRP, and we can track Solana with ETFs in the VectorVest software. All right, don't touch Bitcoin under 99. Well, where is it at? Oh, it's under 99. All right, and I can see the graph. Let's go see. Can I see a bigger graph? I think I can. Yeah, a little bit of a pullback. What's the high here? I can't see. Oh, it never got above 100. There's my high there most recently, sitting at 95, 96. Yeah, you know something? I'd have to see it break above that before I'm happy. But if it's moving, a nice little move right here, I'm going to call that a short-term move. I'm going to call that a short-term move. If I was thinking that Crapto was going to have a nice move up for the longer term, it needs to break above that. Do you agree with that? Type agree if you agree with that. Type a 2 if you don't agree with that. I like the short-term move, but I'm not backing up the truck. I'm not backing up the truck, and this is what I'm looking at before I start to back up the truck. Right now, it's got a little bit of a move up. It's got a little bit of a move up. Short-term, I think it may be okay, but every time you take Crapto, it's got a way of smacking you each and every time. I don't want it to smack you. This is a short-term move. This is a short-term move on crypto. All right, but I wanted to bring to your attention the different ways that you can trade either crypto, XRP, or Solana. All right, gold, remember I said be careful with your gold right now. It's up about 1%. Let's go view it. Be careful, be careful, be careful. I've got notes on here. That was a buy now then. Now, I'm not telling you to buy now. If gold is still going to have its allure to people, I'm looking to get above this level. I can't read that number, but I'm looking to get above that level before I jump back in gold. If you're in gold, you know something, I'm going to give you a small trend line. If it breaks below that trend line, that's a little trend line. I totally understand that. Nice bounce off of it today. If it breaks below, look at that. That almost attaches. Look at that. That almost attaches to here. Almost. Move that down. That's still look at that. It's still an ongoing uptrend. So I hear you guys that are still holding it. I'm with you, JD. Gold over Bitcoin any day. I'm with that. But I'm trying to help you in regards, do not give it back. Trade the trend. All right? It is a buy recommendation still with all the nice move. This is a 3-month graph. Trade the trend. Watch that level. If it falls below that level, it did here. That might have not been a bad idea to take half off the table. I'm going to say that again right there. Apple, what else is in there? Apple, Plug was on the move. Boyd. Let's go take a look at those three. Those are 3 other stocks that made the news. Let's go see what Apple looks like. Apple's trending higher. We're going to go down to Apple Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Look at that move. Back to a hold. RT's almost above 1. Apple could be setting up a little bit of a down day, but still in an uptrend. Let's go to the next one. There's Plug. Nice news on Plug. Look at the big wick at the top. That's profit taking. Big news, big move, big profit taking. Big wick. Look at the earnings per share. Dun, dun, dun. Am I feeling warm and fuzzy about Plug? Nice enough move for RT to almost get above 1. I can't see where RT is. Is that RT right there, Joey? Joey's of no help. Thank you, Joey. I think it's below 1. Look at that. I'm not feeling that. Big news, but that's news. It broke through the downtrend, but look at that give back. This is why you trade the chart, not your heart, folks. And the last stock in here is Boyd. Undervalued. Look at that level of resistance. Broke through, tested it, broke back through. But if I look at the trend line, there's the trend line. If Boyd breaks through that level of support, I do like the earnings. They make money. They're undervalued. Value's rising. again, as much as I may not like the Chinese stocks, just in general, Boyd is still making waves, still making noise. All right, let me close out of that. Do I have some fish today? I got MPI 1 day optionable. All right, let's go see what they're doing. Let's move this all over. Look at this. One stock is down, but I got some stocks that are up. These are all from the MPI. Let's change the graph layout to, is that MPI? Yep, MPI. Look at that move on new trend. New trend. XL, look at that move. Woo, I like that. I like that move. I cannot lie. Let's go to the next one. Man, this kid, Piper says yes by RT movement. Yes by RT movement, but not on trend. Short term, I wouldn't mind taking Piper. All right, but just be careful. Long term, I'm not feeling it. Same thing with MetLife. Short term, I like the RT move. No trend yet. I do like that it moved from a sell to a hold. I like the move up. I got no trend, but I do have a short-term play to enter now. All right, remember 5 cents higher than the high. Same thing with Vion. Nicely moving higher. A lot of profit taking today. I don't know if that was an earnings play or not. Nope. But a lot of move. Look at that profit take. I don't like profit taking. Not when I'm trying to get into the stock. Let's go to the next stock. FTAI, this is a stock that's been on our radar way back when. New short-term entry with RT, but not long-term yet. All right, so that's some fish for you. Contras, I don't even need to look at. Weekly customer picks. Let's do customer picks. All right, let's do customer picks now. But I got something here that I want to take a look at. Weekly customer picks. New folks. I'm going to take, how many likes did we get? I'm going to give you 10 stocks today. New people. I want new people to chime in. I'm going to take 5 stocks from new people. 5 stocks from new people. And then I'll take 5 stocks from regular people. 5 stocks from new people. Got to put some shine on the new people. All right? Got to put some shine on the new people. DCAM. I'm going to take you. SOFI. New people. If I ain't got no new people who want to get some stocks looked at, I'm not going to put them in. All right? I'm giving new people. Marvin is not new. All right, I'm going to give you 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jen, I'll take you. BBAI. That's about it. That's all. Roxar, there we go. PRCH. John is not new. All right. WhisperWorks, I'll take you. PPC. Reginald, I'll take you. NFLX. All right. That's 5 stocks. Virginia, I'm going to take you real quick just because. NLY. All right. Now, regular people. Let's go back up the list. Ross, I'm going to take QSI. Tabula wants MP. SIFY, Lee, ADMA, Eugene, APO. Would you hold SoFi doing earnings? Did I put SoFi in here? I don't know if I put SoFi in here. I'll answer that question if I got SoFi in here. SoFi is in here. Yep. All right. Those are my picks from both the new and the old people. All right, I listen. Every so often, we got to do that. I'm hoping that a lot of new people are going to come out to the roadshow. All right, and if we do this all over, I really want to emphasize that I want to invite new people who are not subscribers to the software to be able to come kick the tires in person. All right, so I'm hoping that at our roadshow this week on Thursday, that we get a lot of new people. I want you to come and ask us the questions that you need to ask. I need you to kick the tires of the software. That's the beautiful thing behind having a roadshow. All right, that's the beautiful thing about having a roadshow. All right, Janice is the new girl. Janice, did I put a stock up there for you? You know, I am going to put up a stock for Janice. Janice is my number 2 in the room. Janice didn't put no stock up there. So if she did, I was going to put one up for her. She's my number 2 in the room. But she didn't, and that's fine. All right, so we got how many likes today? You know how we go. For every 10 likes, For every ooh, what happened to my chat? Wow, what just happened? How did that? What is that, Joey? I don't know. This thing popped up. I don't know. Okay, it went away. For every 10 likes, you get a stock. We only got 55 likes, so technically I was supposed to only do 5 stocks, but I did 5 stocks from 6 stocks from new people and 5 from regular people. Let's go peep these all out. Look at the graphs. When I get to SoFi, we'll talk about that. All right, ADMA. I like the move from an MPI perspective. Let's go back to my other layout. Where is it? Crap, I missed it. I got to start from the bottom. There we go. How did it get all the way up to the top that fast? YT. I really can't see. Is this it? No, the star search. There it is. Vector risk graph YT. ADMA. I like that it's undervalued. I like that it is on the rise. All right. I like that it is on the rise. See that today, though? Profit taking. I don't think this was earnings, though. No. I don't like the profit taking. Now, it's got to fill this gap, too. This gap is going to be a beautiful level of support. If it breaks down through that and through this trend line, I'd probably take it off the table. If you're in it, though, I'm not mad at you. It is in an uptrend. I don't like that. I do like the rising earnings. Big volume today. This was news-driven of some sort. Could have been the FDA something, but it was news-driven because of the big volume that I see. I don't like the pullback, though. So just be careful. If you own it, though, I'm not mad at you. Here is a level of support. If it breaks below that, that's probably a good opportunity to take that off the table. Netflix. Gotta love Netflix, baby. After earnings, they beat earnings in a big way. The stock is still moving. Would I buy it now? No. Not on a down day. Ooh, Sugarfoot. Not on a down day. Let's go freehand. That's freehand line. Let's delete that. I like the stock. I like that it beat earnings. I like the stock's movement. I don't like the falling volume. I love the earnings per share. It is overvalued. Value is pretty flat. I think that if you're in it, as long as it stays above the trend line, you should be fine. I'm never going to buy a stock on a down day. That is not what I do. All right, I'd rather buy into the stock with it doing what I want it to do, which is go up in price. So I personally will not buy on a down day, but you know something? I put it on the watch list. If it goes up tomorrow, I'd look at 12 cents higher than the high. I'd look at 12 cents higher than the high. I like Netflix. That's a good looking play. All right, next one. PPC, Pilgrim's Pride. Isn't that bread? Ooh, look at that. Broke through a level. This is a nice level of support. It's pulling back down. I do like undervalued, rising value. I like rising earnings. I don't like the pullover. All right, if you're in it, keep it. This is my line in the sand right here, this level of support. This is my line in the sand, this level of support. If it breaks down, take half off the table. Then I'd have to put another level of a line in the sand. Or just take it off the table as it breaks through this level of support. One of the two. PPC, Golden Chicken Nuggets. I like me some chicken nuggets. I like me some chicken nuggets. I need my wife to go back out on the road so I can go to Golden Corral. She's going back on the road soon. And then I'm going to be having me some Golden Corral nights. And by the way, there is no more chocolate fountain in our Golden Corral. There's no more chocolate fountain, and which is a good thing. I'm not, all them kids out there putting their hands all up in that stuff, I don't eat that. But I like their bourbon chicken. I do like their bourbon chicken. Anybody else out there likes Golden Corral? Type of 1. Type of 1 if you like Golden Corral. I like me some Golden Corral. And then I go up and get the steak that's not real steak. It's the real bottom of the line steak. All right, but it's steak nonetheless. All right, it's steak nonetheless. Glenn, since you stopped going to Golden Corral, the pounds have been dropping. It had nothing to do with that. Roger says our local Golden Corral closed. I like Golden Corral. Joey put 0 because Joey don't know what good food is. Joey don't know what good food is. That's why he put. As a matter of fact, talk about good food. Joey knows how to smoke any food. And I was going to smoke some ribs, and I put the charcoal in it, and there's a lighter pack that gets the coal going. I couldn't find it. Joey and I was looking for it on Amazon. I got to get some. Bought one, but there's none here anymore, says Virginia. You don't have it either? I like me some Golden Corral. All right, PPC, be careful with it. 3 days down. 1 day is not a trend, but 3 days probably is. Keep your eyes on it. If you own it, that's my drop dead line in the sand, right there. That's my drop dead line in the sand. Let's go to the next stock, APO. I like the move up. All right, there you go. I like the move up. I like undervalued, but value is falling. Watch that. Stock did move from a sell to a hold. All right, would I buy it? If I'm not, you know what I'm going to tell you? One, if you bought it now because it's in trend, that's fine. If you want more confirmation of the move, let's look at this swing high. We're not far from it. That's what I'd be looking for confirmation before I buy APO. But if you're in it because of the trend, follow the trend. I don't like earnings per share, but right now from a technical standpoint, it is moving higher. I like that it's moving higher. I want more confirmation though if I'm not in it yet. Look at that level of resistance. I only have steaks I cook. I mean, I made some, my daughter, my bonus daughter, that's my stepdaughter, my bonus daughter said, Glenn, I got you some steaks. She got me some strip steaks. I said, New York strip steaks. I said, child, if you ever buy me a steak, it's ribeye. Ribeye is what, she's like, it don't make, it, you know, it's the same thing. I almost beat her, and she's not even my child. I almost beat her talking about New York strip and ribeye are the same. Ooh, I had to look over my wife. I said, you better go get her. You better go get her. All right, because she didn't know. And I was like, she's like, oh, it's the same. Ooh, I almost took the belt off. And again, she's not mine. She's my bonus child. She almost got a whooping. All right, there you go. She almost got a whooping. That's when it's a good whooping, you say, Bobby, you're about to get whooped. My bonus child was about to get whooped. But she listen, she spent the money and got me the steaks nonetheless. So I still love her for it. Still love her for it. All right, so APO, again, if you're in it now, leave it alone. If it breaks below the trend line, you might want to think about getting out. If you're still thinking about getting in, if it's got more upside, that's what I'm looking for. All right, that's what I'm looking for. Let's go to the next one. Same thing with SoFi. Ooh, SoFi. Now, you know, somebody asked, do you buy SoFi? Do you keep SoFi going into earnings? Listen, a couple of things I like about it. Move from a sell to a hold. It's in an uptrend. It broke through a level of resistance, even though it's testing it. I love the volume on it, and I love the earnings per share on it. Of course, Taboola. All right, where's my earnings graph? Let me see if I can, there it is. Let's go take a deeper look. Earnings. Rising earnings per share. Rising earnings growth. Sales growth pretty solid, but just down. Average volume is coming up as we get into the earnings date. Okay, based on this, I think they beat earnings. What's going to be my big concern that I cannot track? Type it in the room. What's going to be my big concern that I cannot track? Type it in the room. All right, type it in the room. But I think on paper, there's relative safety. Well, relative safety is a little lower, but still above 1. I like it on paper. There you go, Nancy. It's the guidance. It's the guidance. It's going to be tough to make calls on all of these earnings. I think a lot of these companies are going to beat. I think they're going to beat top and bottom. I think a lot of these are going to beat top and bottom. The problem is going to be how soft they guide going forward. And I got no control over that. But I think SoFi, you know, it's coming up this week. I think they beat. People are feeling ambitious as we get closer to earnings. Earnings per share, earnings growth, both going up. Average volume going up. People are getting rambunctious about getting into it. More rising volume. I think they beat. Now, do I hold? You know something? I could justify holding due to it's in an uptrend. That would be my only justification of holding. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. The guidance will be the problem because of uncertainty. Jerry, that's absolutely right. SoFi because it's SoFi. What do you know about that, Taboola? What you know about that SoFi? You blow my mind. What you know about that right there? All right, let me go back to my other graph. You wanted to look at that specifically for earnings, so we've done that. What is that? Still the wrong one. I can't. That's the one I want. All right, let's go to the next few graphs. NLY, again, a lot of these companies that have been beaten up as the market looks like it wants to rebound a little bit. You know what concerns me about this trend line? Look how far away it is. You know, I'd have to put another moving average on here, like I could put the 3 and the 8 on here. But when you pull this far away from the trend line, you need a moving average to help you. Do you understand what I just said? Do you understand what I just said? I got an upward trend on this, right? But the further away you pull from that trend line, you need a closer guard, like a moving average. Does everybody understand what I just said as I read that chart? Type a yes or a no. Does everybody understand what I just said? Type a yes or a no. All right? I want it, because that's important. Because I don't want you guys trading off a trend line, the stock price pulls away and it's got a long way to fall. It's got a long way to fall. I don't want you to do that. That's why, so Marcus says no. See the distance? See how it tracks here closer? Right, Marcus? The price tracks closer. See how far away the price is tracking from the trend line? That's when I say you need to put a moving average to aid you in getting out of it rather than the trend line. All right? That's what I'm saying. Hopefully that makes sense, Marcus. Further away, I need something to help me a little better. All right, next one. MP. I like this from the rare earth play, but look at that. Big nothing burger going on right now. Back and forth, back and forth. I'm looking for this to break up and go rock, rock, rock and roll. All right? So I'm not feeling that just quite yet. I do have a couple of rare earth plays. I'm trading in my real world portfolio, UAMY and PIC. PIC is my ETF that covers rare earth. Next one, SIFI. What the iffy, SIFI? It is undervalued. Value is rising. That's a positive sign. Rising earnings per share. RT waffling back and forth between being in an uptrend and not. I got a trend line. I do have a little trend line. I played a trend. Right now it's challenging or retesting the trend. If it breaks below, I probably don't want to have it right now. After earnings, the stock pretty much moves sideways. All right, waffling of the RT. If it breaks below the trend, remember, trade the trend. Trade the trend. I got a solid level of support right here. I like the bounce. I like the rising earnings per share. It's above, it's overvalued, but value hasn't moved. Value hasn't moved. The stock is pretty much moving sideways for the most part, slightly higher over the last 3 months, but just moving sideways. I could probably find something better that's moving a little bit more than that. That's my opinion in that. This is trending down, quantum play. It's not really quantum, but quantum. Let's go draw a freehand line. This tells me the story. What do you want to know? It's in a downtrend. Now, did it move up? It did. Where did it go? Right to that trend line. What is it doing? Coming back and retracing from it. I do like the earnings per share. RT is pulled back and never gave you a sense of knowing that it was in an uptrend. It never got there. Trade the chart. Trade the chart. I'm not feeling that. Let it break above that as a guide to let me know or alert me. It's not doing that yet. Next one, BBAI. I like the move coming off support, but stopping right at resistance and pulling back. Earnings per share is falling. I think that this is a good stock for the AI space, but just not right now. Just not right now. Look at that. Not only has it gotten up to a level of resistance, it's sitting in a channel. It's sitting in a channel. Break out of the channel to show me something moves up. I'm like Missouri. Show me. Show me. All right. I got all of this done in the allotted amount of time. Or am I? I'm 4 minutes over. Joey ain't complaining, though. Joey ain't complaining, though. All right. Thank you guys for being here today. I thank you for letting me host the sommelier that will be at our VIP event. Keep in mind, we've only got a couple of seats left. We've only got a couple of seats left for the VIP. Anybody who wants to come to the free event, it's there. You can all sign up for it. I'd love to meet you. Ryan would love to meet you. So come on out. Thursday's the big day for us. The big day for us. So support it. The free is also going to be online for both the Stock Analysis Power Hour and Trending Thursday. The people who are there live get a special presentation for them in between the two live streams. And then again, you take advantage of the VIP. It's going to be off the chain. It's going to be lit. It's going to be fire. All right, so let's do it. What about new people in my pick? We did rocks. We looked at PRCH. We looked at it. I didn't bypass it. We did look at it. All right. I went through all of those stocks, all 11 of those stocks. So we already did look at it. I didn't bypass it. Hold a meeting in Laughlin, Nevada, and I'll be there. Again, Roger, if this works out well and we get the okay to travel around the United States, maybe we'll get one done in Nevada. Maybe we get one. So there we go. With that said, folks, thank you for being here. Be there on Thursday. Watch out for tonight's 6 p.m. video. Are tech stocks ready to run? And if so, which ones? All right, and if so, which ones? Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha. To all my peeps in Hawaii. You know I love my peeps in Hawaii. With that being said, folks, thank you for all of the condolences that have gone out. I really super appreciate it. Always remember, there's good people in the world. If you can't find one, be one. Odabu, bom dia. Oh, crap. Bom dia. Shalom. Salam. Shalom. Namaste. Yasu. Till the next time, folks. See ya. Hey, VV Nation. I'm Glenn.
And I'm Ryan. We've got a special event coming next month, May 1st. We're finally hitting the road. Now, we will be hosting some live streams. Tell them a little bit about the live streams we'll be doing.
We're going to have the Stock Analysis Power Hour. Ryan will host that. Bring your stocks. Let Ryan break them down for you. I'll also do a live stream called Trending Thursday. That's where we go through, look at what's going on in the market, what's going on in the news, and we analyze stocks. We also have a live presentation for those people who will be attending live as well. What's that, Ryan?
Now, we do have the presentation titled Unlocking the Secrets of Financial Success. Now, to register for free and get the details, just go to vectorvest.com/roadshow.